everybody and welcome. Today's project I'm doing a quick release buckle collar, and if you are not familiar with the quick release collars, these are non-adjustable, so I do recommend just double checking, triple checking your measurements just to make sure you have them correctly when you put your work on the jig, because once you get to the end of the collar, if it doesn't fit on your dog correctly, you're going to have to undo it all and start again from the beginning. And it can happen to the best of us, so I do recommend, just double checking, triple checking your measurement just to make sure it's correct, because things can move when you are trying to set things up. For this collar, the quick release buckle is a plastic buckle that I'm using in purple, and it is a 1-inch buckle. I'm also using a 1-inch nickel plated ring, and I will also have all the supplies that I used today listed down below for you guys if you are interested in making this particular collar in these colors. As for the cord, I am going to be using 550 paracord today, and the colors that I'm using are acid purple, and I'm using 2 cords in acid purple. I have my double cow's hitch hooked up to my work in acid purple, and if you're not familiar on how to do the double cow's hitch, I will leave a link below for you to follow along with. I show you how to hook it up to your quick release buckles, as well as if you are making an adjustable collar and you're using just the square rings, I show you how to also hook it up to that, and I show you how to put it on your jig as well. So again, I'm using 2 cords for acid purple. I'm using also a Colonial Blue, and I'm using this Colonial Blue blend. I don't know how to pronounce the name correctly, so it'll be on the screen for you guys if you're interested in getting that particular cord. Sorry about that. So I'm just going to call it a blend on my video, but the name is what's on the screen. So as I said earlier, my double cow's hitch is already hooked up with the neon purple. So I'm going to be starting here with the Colonial Blue. I am using a paracord needle. You don't have to. It is suggested that you can melt the end a little bit so you can push it through. But what you're going to do here is you're going to just take your Colonial Blue and you're going to go right through these 2 cow's hitches. So you're just going to go right in between both cow's hitches. You can loosen up your cow's hitches if you need to, and you're just going to pull this to the other side, and you're going to take it to the middle. So you're going to bring the middle of the cord to the top of your work. The next cord that I'll be adding is the other acid purple, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm just going to take my needle and push it through those 2 cow's hitches, bring it to the other side and to the middle at the top of my work. And the last cord is the blended cord, and I am going to be doing something a little bit different here. So I'm going to take my cord and I am going to actually go in between this first cow's hitch on my right side. So I'm going to go right in between that first cow's hitch. I'm going to go underneath this first stitch, and then the second stitch, and then come right up the middle of that second cow's hitch, and I'm going to take this to the middle. Alright guys, so once you have all of your cords to the middle at the top of your work, you can double check those measurements again, and you can roll up some of your cords. You can roll up your purple that is coming out of the double cow's hitch, and you can roll up the Colonial Blue as well. You want to leave the other purple and the blended cord loose, because you're going to be pushing them through the O-ring, and that will make it a little bit easier if they're not bundled up. So the first thing you're going to do is you want to take your O-ring and you're going to put it at the top of your work. I use a clothespin, like one of those little tiny clothespins, to keep it up there because I do work on an inclining desk and that makes it just a little bit easier for me. So I'm going to start on my right side with the purple that I have bundled up, and I'm going to go underneath this first cord that is on my right side, right up the center and over that second cord on my left. So I'm going to go underneath, right up the middle, and then over. Now I'm going to take the cord that is on my left side of the purple, and I'm going to go and put it underneath the cord that I just worked. So it's coming underneath. I'm going to go underneath the cord that is on my left side now and come right up the middle and then over this cord that is on my right side. So I'm going to go underneath, right up the middle, and then over. And you have like a little triangle here. Next I'm going to take the Colonial Blue that is on my right side. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go over this loop and this bottom cord, and I'm going to go around those cords and then come up through this loop and out to my right side. So take the Colonial Blue on your right side, go over, and then you're going to go around those cords, right up that loop on your right side, and then come out the right. Take the one on the left now. You're going to go over the loop and this cord here. You're going to just go around those cords and then come up the loop on your left side. So take the Colonial Blue on your left side, go over and around and up through that loop and be on the left side of your working cord. And now we can work with the O-ring. So I'm going to be taking my purple on my right side now, the strand that I don't have bundled up, and I'm going to push that right through this O-ring. And you're just going to pull that through. Once you have your cord through, what you're going to want to do is you're going to go over these two horizontal purple cords. So you're going to go over those cords, and you're actually going to just go around those cords, go around the bottom of the O-ring, but you're going to come up through this middle loop right here. So you have the elongated cord right here, and you have, this is actually the cord that you're working with. So you're going to come up between those two cords. So you're going to take your cord that you just pushed through the O-ring, go around those two horizontal cords, go around the bottom part of your O-ring, and then what you can do is take your fingers and stick it in that hole that is between your elongated cord and the cord that you actually are working with, and grab your cord with your fingers, and then you can just pull it through. Now you're going to do the same thing, just the mirror image on the right side, sorry, the left side. So take your purple cord on your left side now, go through the O-ring with it, so pull that through. Find those two horizontal purple pieces, so you have them right here. You're going to go around those purple horizontal cords, around the bottom part of the O-ring, and then you're going to come up between your elongated cord on the left side now and your cord that you're working with. So you're going to come up this hole. So take your cord, go around those two horizontal cords, go around the bottom part of your ring, and then you can take your fingers again in between the elongated cord and the cord that you're working with, and you can just pull up on the cord and pull it through. And now we can start with the blue blend. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push the right cord through the O-ring again. Once you have your cord through your O-ring, you're going to find those two horizontal pieces of purple again. You're going to find that bottom part of the O-ring again. So you want to be directly in the middle of all of your work. And it does get a little tricky to see, but once you're done with the O-ring, it gets a lot easier to see what you're doing. So what you want to do is you want to take that cord that is on your right side now that you just put through the O-ring. You're going to go around all of those ends. You're going to go around the two horizontal purple cords and the O-ring, and you're going to come up through the middle of your work, but you're going to be on the right side of the cord that you're working with. So go over and around, and you're going to come up the middle, but you just want to make sure that you have it coming out the right side of your working cord and pull that up. And now you're going to do the same thing on the left side, just everything is going to be going towards the left this time. So you're going to take your left cord and put it through the O-ring. Now you find those two horizontal pieces of purple in the middle. You're going to go around those two pieces. You're going to go around the bottom part of your O-ring, and you're going to come up through the middle, but you're going to be on the left side of your working cord. So go around those pieces, come up through the middle, but make sure that you're coming out of the left side of your working cord and pull that up. Once you have that done, we can tighten it up. Once you have it tightened up, what you're going to do next is take those cords that are loose and push those through to the ring. So you can take all four of those cords and you can just push them through. So I usually do two at a time. Once you get these cords through, you can bundle them up as well. I do suggest with the purple that you bundle up that cord just a little bit bigger than the cord that is already bundled up, so you can tell the difference when you're grabbing for them. So once you have it pushed through, you're going to tighten everything up, make sure everything is nice and snug. And then, like I said earlier, you want to roll up one of your cords a little bit longer than the other. So when you're grabbing for the purple, you know which one you're grabbing for. This one is the one that I start my weave off, so I'll know the difference. So once you got all that taken care of, we can start the next weave. And I am going to be starting off again on my right side with my smaller bundle of purple. I'm going to go underneath that first cord, right up the middle again, and over that second cord. I'm going to take the left cord now and I'm going to go underneath the cord that I just worked. I'm going to go underneath this first cord now that is on my left side, right up the middle, and then over that second cord. Next, I'm going to grab my Colonial Blue on my right side, and what I want to do here is I'm going to go over all of my work and right up that loop. So I'm going to go over and around and right up that loop. Just go over and around and right up that loop. do the same on the left. You're going to go over and around and right up that loop again. So go over and around and right up that loop again. Now I'm going to take the purple that is on my right side, the bigger bundle, and I have these two horizontal purple pieces. I'm going to go around these purple pieces, and then I'm going to come up in between my work, and this cord is going to be on my left, so I'm going to come right up this middle. So I'm going to go over and around those two horizontal pieces, and then I want to come up, and you have your cord here. You want to stick your fingers in there between the cord and the elongated cord, and you're just going to pull up on that cord, on that bundle. And I have the purple on the left side now, and I'm going to do the same thing, just the mirror image. So I'm going to go over these two horizontal pieces, and I'm going to come up between this elongated cord and the cord that I'm working with, right up that center. So I'm going to go around and then right up. And next I'm going to take the blue blend, but instead of coming out the right side, I'm actually coming out the middle. So I'm going to take the blue blend on my right side now. I'm going to go around these two horizontal pieces, but I'm going to come straight up the middle. So I'm going to go over and around those two horizontal pieces and right up the middle. Take the one on the left, you're going to go around those two horizontal pieces and come right up the middle. So go over and around and right up the middle, and now you can tighten it up. Once you have that tightened up, we can start the weave all over again. So I'm going to start on my right side again with the smaller bundle of purple, and I'm going to go underneath, right up the middle, and then over. I'm going to take the one now on my left side, go underneath the cord that I just worked, right up the middle again, and then over that second cord. Next I'm going to take the Colonial Blue, and I'm going to go over and around those cords and right up that loop on the right side. Take the one on the left, go over, around, and right up that left loop. Now I'm going to take the longer bundle of purple, and I'm going to go over these two horizontal cords, and then I want to come up between the elongated cord and the cord that I'm working with. So I want to stick my fingers over to the right and pull it up. I'm going to take the one on the left now, and I'm going to go around the two horizontal cords. And I'm going to take the cord that I'm working with and this elongated cord, stick my fingers in between those two cords, and then pull this up. And now I have the blue blend cord. What I want to do here is I'm going to do the weave that I first started with. So instead of coming up through the middle, I'm going to take my one that is on the right now. I'm going to go around these two horizontal cords of purple, right down the middle, and then up and I'll be on the right side of my working cord. Take the one on the left, go around those two horizontal cords, and come up and be on the left side of my working cord, and then pull it tight. Once you have it tightened up, you're going to start that weave all over again. So you're going to take the cord that is on your right side, the purple, and you're going to go underneath, right up the middle, and over to the left. Take the cord on the left now and go underneath the cord that you just worked. Go underneath, right up the middle, and then over. Take your Colonial Blue now. You're going to go over and right up that loop. Take the one on the left, go over, and then right up that loop. Take your purple now, the larger bundle or longer bundle. You're going to go around those two horizontal cords. You're going to take your cord and you're going to go in between the cord that you're working and the elongated cord. You're going to stick your fingers in there and pull up on that purple cord. Take the one on the left now. Go around those two horizontal cords. You have your elongated cord and the cord that you're working with, and you're going to stick your fingers in between and pull up. Now you're going to take the blue blend or the blend cord. What you're going to do now is you're going to go back to that second weave and you're going to come right up the middle. So you're going to be doing every other one the same. So you're going to go over those two horizontal cords and come right up the middle. Take the one on the left, go over and around and right up the middle, and then pull it tight. So this is what it's starting to look like so far. So you have these kind of twists where the paracord is coming on the side, and then you have this kind of chain link kind of pattern in the middle. I'm going to continue this now down the whole entire collar, and I will show you guys how I do the tie off and what it looks like when it is completely done. Okay guys, so I am at the end of my collar and I did take it off the jig, and we can sew or weave in the top cords that are coming directly out of the top part of your collar. So the cords that are coming out of directly out of the top are going to be this blue blendish cord, and these two purple cords. Now you have the purple and the Colonial that is coming out of the sides. Those are going to be cut where they are and burnt and smashed down. So I am going to start with the purple that is directly on the right side of the collar. And I am using a paracord needle again. But like I said in the beginning of the video, if you don't have one, you can push it through. You might want to burn the ends a little bit to make them a little bit hard, like so they're not frayed out, so you can still work them through. So like I said, I'm starting off on the right side now of my collar, and you have a small gap right in between the two cow's hitches and your work. You're going to want to go in that gap with your cord, and you're going to do the same with the purple on the left side as well. And now for the blended cord. What you're going to do now is you're going to take the one that is on your right side, and you have a really tiny spot in between these two cow's hitches. You're going to go in that hole right there, right in between those two cow's hitches with both of the cords, and pull them to the other side. So once you have that complete, we can cut and burn the sides. You want to pull on everything, make sure that everything is nice and tight. So I like to start on my sides, and I will start here, And I am going to cut the cord about 1/4 of an inch up. I'm going to fray both of them out. Because they are so close together, they might be hard to burn separate, but I'm really going to try hard to do that because I like to burn everything one at a time. So I'm going to kind of like pull on one to make it separate from the other. Once you melt it, you can squish it down. I use a butter knife. Some of you guys have asked me where I found this knife. I got it at Walmart. It was really inexpensive. And it came separate, so it was by itself or single. Okay, so I'm going to burn this blue cord first. I'm just going to melt it. And then I'm going to take my knife and squish that down. Once I have that squished down, I'm going to do the top one. Try not to let it catch on fire. Now I'll do the same for the opposite side. So once you have the two sides done, you can start in the middle. And I'm basically going to be cutting them at the same length and burning those as well, one at a time. Once I'm done with the purple one, I will do the blue blended one after. So I'm just gonna, I'll cut and burn each one separately. I'm going to fray it out again and melt it and then squish it down. And like I said, I'll do the purple one next, and then I will do the blue blended ones after, and I'll also do them one at a time. So once you have finished that, you can use your collar as is. And just hook it up and use it as it is. I do put Gorilla Glue on my ends that I just squashed down, that I melted. So I don't put a lot, but I do put enough to where I can rub it around with my fingers on all the ends that I just melted and stuck down. It's a little bit of extra security. I use clear, non-foaming Gorilla Glue. So I'm going to let this dry, and it does take a couple hours for it to dry, and then once it's dry, I will show you guys what it looks like when it's completely finished.